What is up, everybody? It's your boy Slumpenstein. I'm coming at you guys with a brand new video, and we are going to be talking about the convention that just sadly ended, Anime Midwest. This is a annual convention that takes place in Rosemont, Illinois, in July. Usually it's in the beginning of July. This year, I believe, when it's 6th through the 8th. So that just concluded. I was there. Once again, just like last year, I was out there as part of the press to enjoy the festivities, to do some coverage, take some pictures, some videos, and just to have fun with everybody. And it was an amazing time. If you are on the fence about going to this convention, just like last year, you need to find a way to get to it. People usually ask, what's the farthest distance that you would go for it? And it's probably about the distance that I traveled to it. It was about an 8-hour drive from me. 10 hours. I say 10 hours is top. But, you should definitely make your way out to it, because it is a real fun time with a lot of fun people, a lot of fun panels. The festivities, the area, it's just all amazing. It's a really, really good time. I'm just going to go through and hit on a couple of things that are fresh on my mind. Usually I don't, this isn't anything that I've written down. This is straight from the top because I want it to be a genuine, opinion of the con. And the first thing that we always talk about in these types of videos covering conventions is the registration, how long it took, so on and so forth. And this year it was a little bit longer than last year, but I think that's just because of the amount of people that were there registering on that Friday. It was a pretty long line. I have a video clip of it in here, but it was a pretty long line. It was almost out the door, but once it started moving, it did move at a very good pace, because their method, they just scan the back of your ID and just hand you your pass. So it's still a very smooth sailing, operation as far as getting your passes. And as far as paying at the convention, I didn't really see much of a line there. I think most of the people, prepaid theirs. And I had also had another thought as to why maybe there was more people in the line trying to pick up their passes. I know last year they mailed out passes. I don't know if they did it this year. I can't say for sure that they didn't, but that was just another thought that was in my head. But as far as registration goes, it was pretty typical for the amount of time that you have to wait. But it definitely was not the longest I've ever had to wait, and I didn't have a problem with it. Like I said, I was enjoying my time, looking at people's cosplays and all that kind of stuff. The next thing would be the panels. I didn't go to as many panels this year as I wanted to, because there was just so much stuff to do out there. So a lot of the time I was busy with other stuff. But the ones that I did go to were pretty awesome. And there's such a large variety of panels, and for the most part they start on time. There's no long wait times like some other conventions have long wait times at the beginning where people are setting up. Usually the panels start promptly and end promptly when they're supposed to be ending. They had panels ranging from video game stuff from like Overwatch to Nintendo, to animes, all types of animes, to movies. It was a little bit of everything, and it was there were so many panels in that allotted time. Throughout the day. You're not just going to be sitting around thinking, oh man, I can't wait until 3 o'clock for this panel to start, but it's only noon. I didn't find myself doing that. And there's so much other stuff to do if for some reason you do have a couple of hours where you don't have a panel that you want to go to. So that was pretty damn awesome. The next thing, which was the highlight of the convention for me, is the concerts. The concerts were amazing this year. The musical guests were amazing. I think it's even better for me because I'm a big fan of basically everybody that performed. Shmo Yoho, I think I'm pronouncing that right. The Gregory brothers is what I call them. Were there. Their concert was amazing. You have Epic Rap Battles of History. concert was amazing. You know, Mega Ran, Whitey Cracker. You know, there was a lot of, you know, really, really good concerts. And there were a lot of fun. You know, lots of fan interaction in the concerts. You know, coming into the crowd and performing, bringing people up on stage. And I have a lot of clips of I think I'm going to leave the video clips till the end, so that, you know, I can roll those with sound, so you don't have to listen to my voice over all the video clips, because there's a couple of really awesome ones in there. The next thing I know a lot of people go to conventions for are the raves. And the raves were pretty damn epic. I always love Anime Midwest raves just because they're a lot longer than, you know, usual raids. A lot of raids at anime conventions go for like 3 hours. I think the ones at Anime Midwest go for like 5, from like 11 to 4 or something like that is the time that they go to. You know, really awesome. You know, good music, a lot of people dancing, packed house. You know, that's what you want at this type of stuff, because you're kind of feeding off of everybody's energy. You know, you don't want to be in a rave where there's not a lot of people, you know, and the music isn't good and blah blah blah. But I can say that the raves were pretty damn good. You know, and I can't think, you know, the people that host these cons, you know, like this Anime Midwest, Con All Delete, I think they also do Anime Minneapolis. They do a lot of them. They have what they call Con Suite. It's basically where you get free food, you know, and that is always clutch, because I know everybody knows how much convention food is, and it is real high. You know, the rent is too damn high. You know what I'm saying? So it's like free ramen, rice, you know, seasoning that you can put on the rice, dinner rolls and chips and salsa. You know, it was a lot of stuff. So that was always cool, you know, just to have an option for you to get some food and to recharge, you know, without having to break your bank. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the vendor room. The vendor room was nice. It was pretty sizable. Stuff was spread out good enough and organized good enough to where you didn't have a lot of cramming and clumping and, you know, masses of people. I feel like this was something that a lot of conventions don't take into account, is that you're putting all of your vendors, you know, the most, you know, highly trafficked vendors right next to each other, so you just have a clump of people. You know, Anime Midwest did a very good job spreading it out, you know, having the hot vendors at different places in the vendor room, so that you didn't just have that, you know, massive people that you have to, you know, sift through. And there was a big variety of vendors also, you know, from import video games to, you know, to henna, to there was a lot of swords and a lot of stuff like that. I will say that the food there, the snacks and all that kind of stuff, was a little bit pricey. You know, it's actually one of the high. Last year it wasn't like that, but this is one of the highest I've ever seen. I don't know why that was, but you know, it was pretty high. But you know, the vendor room, I like the vendor room. I went there a few times, you know, just so I can. It was so big, you know, I felt like I needed a couple of runs through it to make sure I didn't miss anything. Then you have your game room. The video game room was moved to a different location. It seemed like there was more roomy, more floor space, which is always good. You know, anytime that you have a chance to get more floor space and stuff like that at a convention is always a plus, because you have, like I said, with the vendor room, less people clumping up and walking on each other's heels and stuff like that. You know, they had a lot of consoles out, you know, some nice machines. The game room was I'm not gonna say a typical game room. It was a little bit better than a regular game room, but you know, it was the typical stuff that you're gonna see at, you know, most anime conventions. I do appreciate that they do keep the game rooms open. You know, it's just open from Friday until Sunday when the con closes. That is always amazing. I love that Anime Midwest does that. What is the next thing? We have the tabletop gaming room, and there was multiple rooms for tabletop gaming, but this year it was pretty awesome because, like I said, there was multiple rooms, and some rooms had stuff that you could buy. and there was life-size chests and stuff like that. I just felt like there was more variety. Once again, more floor space. Feels like this year they're maximizing the space that they had a lot more. It's so much space out there, going from the Hyatt to the Donald Stevens Convention Center. There's a lot of space to be utilized, and they're slowly growing and slowly using more and more of it. So that is always awesome. And just overall, man, this is a really good convention. If you are looking for a convention to go to and you are in the Midwest, I would definitely, I feel like it's a must, it's a must to get out there at least once, man, if you're able to. And, if you're still on the fence, don't just listen to my word for it. Look at all the pictures, the photos, look at the video clips, all that kind of stuff, man. But I definitely recommend it. This is the second year that I've been. I will be going back again next year, for sure. And I hope to see more of you guys out there, participating and having fun and enjoying it, because I feel like if you are an anime fan, this is the convention for you. Go out there and enjoy it, man. It's made for you. It's put on for you. Salute to Anime Midwest. I appreciate the opportunity of covering the event 2 years in a row. Hopefully we can do it again next year. If you guys have any questions about anything I didn't cover, go ahead and put it down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy the photos, enjoy the video clips, and I'll catch you guys later.
Come on, band, let's go. Let's go, man. Double rainbow way across the sky. Yeah. So intense. Double rainbow way across.
And what a beautiful thing is that? So I did a little research, and in 2011, Midwest Anime began.
And how to come on! You have to fall through a object. Not even the weird purpose. I prefer you in Spaceball. The Rick Moranis version. You can rock. It's a drop shot. You're a player in this station. When you're ready, you're powered by the sun. You can go do some go to another day. Get it done. Every time it's what the clock. Superheroes get a green run. You got the pen. Oh, you got the damn. Oh, I want the love. It's so man that. Oh, you're rapping. Do I say it? Impact Rap Battles of History! Albert Einstein versus Stephen Hawking! You guys all like a fairly unrecognizable Eastern European accent? I suggest you use your right to remain silent before I show your blood ass of Detroit violence. I'm my next wing commander, cause I stay on target. I take over these streets like I'm a we're not the same. The way some of you play supercomputers, you look like crying wearing a cold crap juicer. They lift up your balls when your food was created. I still love you, Alex. Bullshit, this is like the terminated. Based by diesel analysis, the lyrical structure of battle rap. It's not your next shit. You don't know honor, you only know a program for all life. It's still a miracle. I wrote a song about it like, here it goes. Hey yo, I love that video, it's real dope. 50,000 views later, I'm still broke. I miss riding the bus with real folks. I miss my mom too, I know we're still close. Kinda dip Dewey soon like the Commodores. Bring the hammer to the trap like the mighty Thor. They're a flying car, or a dinosaur. Evidently walk around. Hey, keys, get him in that body with you. Freestyles are nothing I can't handle, bro. You can tell I just pause for the camera. Cheese I squeeze, say that nigga Red is one of the tightest of MCs. Yeah, when I rap, look at what you can do. Cause it's quite shocking, similar to Pikachu. Yeah, this is a true bravado, coolest Pikachu ever. He's got goggles. Yeah, when I rock the words of my nana, and these rappers get eaten just like bananas. Yeah, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Yeah, when I rock over the top, no stress. Yeah, they know what they say, yo, it's the more rap. When the more rap, they sleeping like a Snorlax. Yes, when I rock it, kill I kill. And this one right, you know we got skills. When I say freestyle, you say freestyle. 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 When I say freestyle, you say